I love this movie 3000. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of News to Astonish. My name is Ronnie, and today I'm going to be reviewing Avengers Endgame. And my God, this movie is everything I wanted it to be. Everything that the fans wanted it to be. I think I speak for everyone when I say that in particular. Everything that the fans wanted it to be. Now, before I continue with this review, I just want to say that this review is a no spoiler review. There's no spoilers whatsoever. So I'm going to be as vague as possible, while I will admit that it is pretty hard to be vague when talking about certain scenes and certain actors and certain, emotional moments and funny moments too. I promise I will be vague and I will not spoil anything for you if you haven't seen it already. I'd probably give it about a week until I start, doing spoils and start revealing some things about the movie. But until then, no spoilers. You'll be safe. Trust me. So, on to the review. First off, I want to say that Avengers Endgame really, really nails it. The Russo brothers and everybody that's been talking about this, the cast, the crew, and the Russo brothers, when they say that this movie was initially a bookend for the Avengers and the start of something new, they meant it. Now, whatever you may think that means, go ahead. I implore you that you go ahead and think about whatever that means. But trust me, when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, wow. I definitely didn't see that coming. And oh, yeah, that makes sense. And oh, wow, that was very courageous of them to do. So, you see how vague I'm being? I'm being extremely vague for you guys. This movie is incredible. Now, it is a 3-hour runtime, and I gotta say, after watching a few reviews that didn't spoil anything, it certainly did not feel like 3 hours to me. This movie actually felt like a 2.5-hour movie. Maybe it's because I was just having so much fun with the movie the entire time that I was completely invested, which is a good thing if you want people to sit in your 3-hour movie. Just the fact that you're invested in these characters and you've been invested in them for the past 10 years, and all this emotional buildup with all the good times and the bad times of these characters has led up to this moment. You have this will to accept the fact that this movie is 3 hours. It does deal with a lot. It does focus on a lot of character arcs, which did a phenomenal job, especially with Hawkeye. Oh my God. Hawkeye really got the amount of view time that he deserved. And this movie did it justice. And we got to spend a lot of time with individual characters, with their pain and with the emotions that they're dealing with. And it was done beautifully. This movie is considered, in my opinion, I think this movie is a masterpiece. Dare I say, one of the greatest movies made of all time. Expensive, surely, but one of the greatest movies made of all time. The anticipation was so heavy that within the first day, within the first few hours, the tickets were already about sold out. And I was one of the few to buy those tickets. And if you haven't seen this movie, what are you doing? Go see it. Today is the premiere. I saw it late last night. I know I said I was going to post my review, but I got home almost at 3 in the morning. And if I had stayed up editing the video, I would have been dead tired and I probably would have never gone to sleep. That's how late I got. And this movie, it was worth it. I didn't care about sleep. I sacrificed my sleep just to stay up and watch this movie. Now let's talk about, some of the characters and how they handled them. And obviously I'm going to be very vague. The narrative is straight to the point. Characters are dealing with loss. Characters want to get revenge for that loss. And that's pretty much it. In the midst of that, we do get these character arcs with all these characters like Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Ant-Man, all those things. This movie is nearly perfect. Now, I say nearly perfect because there is maybe at least 1 to 2 scenes that they probably could have cut short or completely cut off and the movie would have just been fine. This movie is just nearly perfect and I loved every single moment. And as far as how this movie does justice for the fans, I really mean it does justice for the fans, especially the third and final act. I'm not going to say what, but let's just put it this way. A lot of fans have had questions, theories, and demands about the MCU movies achieving and doing certain things that the fans have been wanting to see in a Marvel film for the longest time. And guess what? It delivers that It answers all those questions. It pleases the fans who have been demanding these certain moments to happen, and it's given to us in like boom, right in your face. Take that right there. Just take it. I was like, oh, like, oh my God, seriously. I was just like we were all pumped. I've never raised my fist. Well, take that, double fists. I've never raised both of my fists and pumped them so hard as I ever did in a film like this one. I've pumped my fist so hard, screaming at the top of my lungs, like if I was in a concert, because the amount of epicness, the anticipation really pays off. And you know what? Speaking of paying off, this movie does pay off as a bookend to a few characters. That's obvious. It's been in the press. Kevin Feige has spoken about it. Russo brothers have spoken about it. It does pay off as a bookend to certain characters in the movie. It closes out the Infinity Stone saga, and it really does it justice. And I am so proud and happy the way they did that. Because for the longest, I was going to go like, I wonder how they're going to pay off these characters in a certain way. I wonder how they're going to bookend them. Because if they do it like this, how are they going to continue on with this character's legacy? You know what I'm saying? And when they did that, and I found out how it was done, I was like, okay, I'm very happy with that, actually. That makes a lot of sense. And when you see it, you'll know it. Trust me. Guys, I'm going to give Avengers Endgame an A+. Yes, this movie gets an A+. It's even better than Infinity War. It is a sequel to Infinity War, but I'll tell you this, it looks and feels like an entirely different movie. Emotionally, visually, and everything. It looks and feels like an entirely different movie. It's just, it is. And I am so happy to be one of the few people to witness this moment in history. This movie will go down as one of the greatest Marvel comic book movies of all time. I assure you that. So, guys, go ahead and check out Avengers Endgame. It's in theaters now. Today's the premiere day. You'll have a fantastic time. I'm actually going to go see it a second time this Sunday with my family. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching my review, guys. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so y'all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.